Once Upon a Time in Hollywood co-stars Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio are together again, this time for a podcast with celebrity friend Marc Maron. He asks the actors when they knew they hit it big. Leo said it was when his little movie Titanic came out. Take a look.
And I went to the liquor store to get a soda, and there were the SUVs, and then they just kept following me. Every day of my life.
Right.
And it was, I was like,
day.
okay, this life will no longer be the same.
That happens to this day.
No, it doesn't.
Not anymore.
It doesn't?
No, it doesn't. Not as much anymore.
I'm a little disgruntled with you now that I hear that.
What
Because my disaster of a personal life, probably.
I want to ask you guys a question, and then I have a question for Jeff.
Okay, plan, man.
My first question is, wasn't he famous before Titanic?
He was in Growing Pains a long time before
Or he
that.
just wasn't that. He wasn't.
He was an actor. He wasn't necessarily famous.
Right, he was What's Eating Gilbert Grape, but he wasn't Leo.
Oh, so that was.
But he did like Romeo and Juliet, Basketball Diaries. He had a bunch of movies
But
and a
Titanic
TV show.
made him,
Titanic put him to that stratosphere.
And my question for you, Jeff, is I think you're the person on the panel that's. I think we've all seen intermittent growth in terms of our notoriety, but you it seemed like it was from one day to the next with the Big Brother. You always talk about how you left that soundstage and how your life was different because you were just in that house.
Yeah, and I mean, by no means am I comparing myself to anyone like that. But it was a weird transition coming out of that house because I honestly said on the show, I'm like, nobody's watching this. And when I came out of the show, my brother had a stack of magazines. We stayed up all night, going on the internet, what is going on? It was crazy that people knew who I was after that show. I didn't think that was it. But that wasn't my moment where I knew things were changing. I want to ask you guys too if there's one moment in your life where you saw yourself change kind of in front of your eyes. And mine was before I got on Big Brother. I always talk about positivity and how I got there. And I don't want to say I was in a bad place, but I was in a bad place mentally with my headspace. And my old boss, long story short, used to let me listen to positivity 2, 3, 4 hours before I would get on the telephones, and I'd be a telemarketer. And he taught me about positivity. He knew me when I was 16. He saw what I became at 26, and that was not where he expected my life to go. And he transformed my life in a positive way. And he told me one day, and he goes, I see a change in you, everyone sees a change in you, and I hope you see a change in yourself. And I did. And he goes, in 1 week, he goes, around the corner is your destiny because you change yourself as a person. 1 week later, I got Big Brother. So that's where I saw myself and my destiny change. And when I got Big Brother, I knew that it was going to change the course of my life. And I'm sitting here today because of that man and because of that show.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And that's what, really, you put that in the universe and it happened the next week.
Yeah, it was
Erica manifest, she'll want a cup of coffee and it'll come from the sky. No.
We're laughing, but kind of.
I believe it too.
I'm telling you, here's the thing. It's always a time where when you said you had all this negative energy or negative things in your brain, a lot of times to me, I interpret that as you are moving in the wrong direction. Your mind is telling you that whatever you're doing or whatever you're absorbing is not for you, and that's why it feels like it's so clogged. And when you're talking about that breakthrough, I think that breakthrough is very aesthetic. People can see that in you because what it's really doing is allowing things to come in that you were too busy blocking with trying to have your own plan for things. And for me, I remember being grounded in my, when I was 12 years old, calling the radio station, WGCI, every day until they would put me on the air.
A birthday?
In Chicago, in the afternoons. And he gave me, Crazy Howard McGee gave me my own segment. And at the end of the summer, he said, are you going to be a doctor or a lawyer? And I said, no, Crazy, I'm going to be a radio girl. So I just kept saying I'm going to be a radio girl. And I built my studio in my room, which was a fake karaoke thing. And then when I got to college, they offered me an internship. And so I said, I'm going to be on this morning show, which was the biggest morning show in Chicago. I'm I'm going to go to all the small towns. I'm going to do this morning show. And when I was 24 years old, they offered me this morning show. And I remember it was October in Chicago. It was the day before Halloween, and it was so cold. And for some reason, I didn't have a coat on, and I walked all the way home. And when I got home, I opened the door, and I just remember thinking, holy crap, this is what I said my entire life, and now it's here. And it was just something in me was no, this is what I'm going to do because I'm going to try it this way, I'm going to try it that way. And when that happens, it's the craziest experience because you realize that what you have inside of you is bigger than anything anyone can touch. And it's like you're anointed. Like this is for you. And when something's really for you, we've all been in auditions. No one can take that away from you. And so when you said that, it's so important that people see that. And when people are trying to change their lives at the beginning of the year, I want them to really look at themselves. I want them to really feel that for themselves, because we're all capable of it.
Wow. Yeah. The power we never knew we had, huh?
I love that.
Beautiful.
I love it.